In this video, you'll learn how to be charming in a conversation like this.
We started our careers as performers together. And look where he's reached.
The first habit is conveying warmth. This means greeting everyone with some form of touch. When you meet someone for the first time, give everyone 3 seconds where you smile, make eye contact and shake hands, and then introduce yourself. But once you're in a conversation, by far the most common problem I hear from subscribers of this channel is during a meeting, interview or a conversation, your mind suddenly goes blank. When that happens, the first thing you can do is parroting. Repeat their last few words back to them. Often they will continue speaking and give you more context.
Give me an example of a film that you love that nobody's watched.
Then nobody has watched.
Or few people have watched, like people listening.
Parroting like this will show them that you are actively listening. And you will also get some time to think.
Which is the most high budget movie I've worked on?
The high budget film that I've worked on.
Then give yourself a pause and then express your first thought.
Then nobody has watched.
Or few people have watched, like people listening.
Wow. Yeah, let me see now. That's a little bit, but off the top of my head, a film like Kagaz Ke Phool.
But when this happens to you, you will need an easy to remember framework. I've made a short 1-page PDF guide that you can download from the link in the description. It will tell you how to handle it when your mind goes completely blank and you don't know what to say next. Moving on. In any group, there is a tendency to talk over each other, and that's totally fine. But if you have something important to say, capture attention by speaking 10% louder.
It's family.
Family is going to go through life with never having some kind of you know what I mean?
He's just about speaking 10% louder than you normally would. You saw that even though his volume went up, his tone stayed calm. That's what you're looking for. That will communicate to everyone that you want to speak right now and they can join in after you're done talking. Another way to capture attention is through your hand gestures. In this clip, watch Farhan's hands and notice how he waits for everyone to stop talking before he starts.
We've this is where we found that we are in some sort of
I genuinely, and I'm saying this very sincerely, not to just because I'm sure there are many people like this in the world.
But make sure you have everyone's attention when you start speaking. Otherwise, you will just be stuck repeating yourself. Quiet people generally struggle with this, which brings us to a common misconception. Most people think that you have to be an extrovert to have great social skills. But some of the most charming people I've covered on this channel are actually introverts.
Farhan is he can be very quiet and shy with people that he doesn't know. And he's not an extrovert, so he doesn't really speak a lot. He's not very comfortable in spaces where there are people that he hasn't spent a lot of time with.
Just honestly, I joke and I come out as a very self-confident person, knowing things, and this is a facade that I have. This is how I live life, by actually being an extremely introvert and shy person.
Most people will ask you boring questions that have a yes or no answer. If you respond to those questions literally, then conversation will quickly get boring. People are just looking to connect with you, and you don't have to answer every question at face value. Here Farhan is asked which is the most expensive movie he's ever made. He could have easily just said a name and the conversation would have ended. But instead, watch what he does.
Apart from that, another big film, massive film, that we're doing is Dawn 3 next year. So that is going to be that's an all-out action, as mainstream as it gets kind of movie. So aap jante that's the kind of film that will require a lot of money for it to be made.
He skips the logistics about budgets and starts talking about why some of his movies need a high budget. If you start describing logistics, people will get bored quickly. Instead, talk about something related that will give them something to connect with.
We finished shooting that on the 15th of Feb, I think it was March.
Okay.
15th of March. And I think the 19th of March or 18th of March was when the lockdown was announced.
Oh, wow.
The unfortunate part of it was that I had done the overweight look.
Okay.
Was the last thing that I shot.
Oh my God. And then lockdown.
And I had this plan that now this shoot will get done on the 15th. Next day, bang, I'm in the gym. Next 3 months, I'm getting rid of these 12, 14 kgs that I've put on. Get back into shape.
Here they are talking about music, and he then brings up albums, which is obviously related to music.
But rock, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whole different thing.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, albums. Albums was a thing. Yeah. You had to invest in an album.
Right.
You bought an album, you listened to the whole thing.
End to end.
Yeah, of course, because albums used to tell you, there were stories in it. It wasn't just a collection of songs.
But let's say someone is talking about a topic you don't know anything about. Connect with it at a high level. Here they're talking about reading. Books are a form of art just like movies. So he makes that connection and brings up movies.
The smell of a book is just incredible. Yeah.
Right.
So reading was very, very important, very crucial. The film exposure actually, now that you're asking me this, came a lot more from my mom than it came from my dad.
This is called lateral thinking, and it will allow you to talk to anyone about anything without running out of things to say. If you want to master your lateral thinking skills, watch this video.